Rockstar Games are known for creating some of the most memorable gaming protagonists in gaming history. Red Dead Redemption 2, we had Arthur Morgan, a high-ranking member of the Van der Linde gang, who is acclaimed by the community for his complexity and path to redemption. Grand Theft Auto 4's Nico Bellic, an ex-soldier from Eastern Europe who arrives in Liberty City and attempts to resolve his cousin's Roman's financial troubles, but ultimately becomes involved with the local criminal underworld and works alongside the government in order to seek personal revenge. Then we have the entire lineup of Grand Theft Auto 5, Michael, Franklin and Trevor, a mismatched trio of criminals who commit heists across Los Santos while under the pressure from a corrupt government agency and powerful criminals across the county. With the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 due to arrive next year, it brings me to question what type of protagonists Jason and Lucia will be. Rockstar Games has an enormous amount of weight on their shoulders to deliver one of the greatest games of all times when it comes to GTA 6. And in order to do so, they will need to ensure that both Jason and Lucia are some of the best protagonists the series has ever seen. Not just for the series, but the greatest protagonists that have ever existed in the gaming industry that people will talk about over the years. We're aware that Grand Theft Auto 6 will feature two playable protagonists who are going to be Jason and Lucia, and players will be able to switch to these characters freely, similar to how you can do in GTA 5. From what we know already, Jason and Lucia are heavily influenced by Bonnie and Clyde, who were criminals who would perform bank robberies and multiple murders across America during the early 1900s. We've already got a good idea as to what type of character Lucia will be from what we saw from the first GTA 6 trailer. It seems that from the start of GTA 6, Lucia will be released from prison after serving a sentence for an unspecified amount of time. Once Lucia is back on the streets of Vice City, it's highly likely that she quickly becomes involved in criminal activities once again in a desperate attempt to gain wealth. By doing so, she quickly becomes acquainted with the other playable protagonist, Jason, and from here they team up and become involved in the criminal underworld of Vice City together. We don't know exactly if Lucia and Jason already know each other before the events of GTA 6 take place, but my best bet is that they become involved with each other at the start of the story, similar to how Michael meets Franklin in GTA 5. So we have a basic understanding of who Lucia will be, and we'll have to wait for more trailers or for the game to release to find out exactly who and what type of character she really is. So that brings me on to who Jason is and what type of character he will be. Of course, we know Jason is going to be a criminal, but what is his background? As I said before, the first trailer for GTA 6 heavily focused on Lucia, and there were only a few snippets of Jason in it. Right now, we can't say exactly what type of character Jason will be and what motivates him to be involved in criminal activities, but we definitely can discuss what type of character we would like him to see him as. So before we get into the topic of today's video, I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers in the next couple of months, and I would massively appreciate it if you guys could help me get there. So if you do enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Thank you very much. So this is a very different type of video that I'm used to posting here on the channel, but I wanted to give you my own thoughts on what type of character I think Jason will be and what motivates him. However, to address the biggest elephant in the room, no, we do not know who the actor for Jason will be. There's no concrete evidence suggesting any of the rumored names who have been connected to the role of Jason in GTA 6 will be playing him. So until we get an official announcement from Rockstar Games or more trailers where Jason is more vocal, which will help us pinpoint his actor, this topic won't be discussed by me. To get an idea as to what type of character Jason is going to be, it's best we take a look at his appearance, which will give us a few indicators. For example, Lucia in the artwork is wearing an electronic tag on her ankle, which is commonly used as a monitoring unit placed on recently released inmates to locate their movements at all times. And in the first trailer, we see her in prison, so you can see how her appearance connects to her character. So looking at Jason, we can see he is in his late 20s or early 30s. So if he is in this age bracket, Jason has either been involved in the criminal world for a long time and has plenty of experience, or he is a fresh face to crime and still learning the ropes. But keep this in mind while we move forward with breaking down the rest of his character design. In the first trailer, Jason looks like he's had a bit of a rough life with some apparent scars on his face. This again could be from a life of crime or something else which we'll get into shortly. Or it could be that Jason fell over as a kid and got these scars. Jason has a small scar on his left eyebrow and on his chin, with the scar here being much more prominent. For the first piece of artwork for GTA 6, we see Jason wearing a white tank top, green combat pants, and accessories such as a silver chain and a wristband. Looking at his clothing, I strongly believe that Jason's attire is a big tease to his background, which could be hinting towards a previous career in the military. It's common in military service that off-duty soldiers on base will sport green or camouflage combat pants alongside wearing a white tee or tank top. To also add, yes, Jason is wearing a silver chain, but we do not get to see the rest of it due to his tank top covering it. This could be because the silver chain is in fact Jason's dog tags, which he still wears as a reminder of his military service. If Jason does indeed have a military background, then this would help reinforce why Jason will be able to use various firearms proficiently and be able to pilot a number of various air vehicles in the game. Other characters in the GTA series such as Nico Bellic, Luis Lopez, and Trevor Phillips all had military backgrounds, which made sense why they could fly air vehicles and were experienced with a wide range of weapons. I don't know why, but it always felt strange to me that protagonists like Michael and Franklin could pilot air vehicles, since these characters didn't have any military background or any pilot experience from before the story of GTA 5 that we know of. In addition to these characters, another protagonist from our Rockstar Games title who was in the military was Cole Phelps from LA Noire. So it wouldn't surprise me if Rockstar Games decided to take the same approach with Jason in GTA 6. Jason could be fresh out of the military, which fits his age bracket, and he could be new to Vice City, similar to how we take control of other protagonists in the GTA series like Nico Bellic and Tommy Vercetti when they first come to a new location such as Liberty City or Vice City, which becomes the sandbox for that game. These characters later go on to want money fast and become involved in doing illicit activities. So similar to Lucia getting out of prison, Jason could be released from military service and he could be looking to make some fast cash in Vice City. It could be that Jason is struggling to get a decent job and unfortunately falls into the life of crime, which helps him meet Lucia later on in the story. Lucia and Jason starting at the bottom of the criminal empire food chain could be a shared interest they have to team up together so they can pursue a Bonnie and Clyde relationship. Now, it's definitely worth mentioning the big theory that everyone has for Jason, which is him being an undercover police officer. Now, the Rockstar Games community has been asking for a playable police officer in the Grand Theft Auto series for a very long time. You'd be surprised that it's actually the most demanded request for what people want from the next protagonist in the franchise. So it could be that Rockstar have finally listened to the feedback and are going to give the community what they want. Now, the reason why people think Jason is an undercover police officer is that in the first trailer, we see first-person footage from a body cam of a police raid. People believe that Jason is an undercover police officer who befriends Lucia after she is released from prison to help him enter the criminal underworld through her contacts. Once he's deep enough into his undercover operation, this is when Jason starts taking down the main players in the organized crime groups within Vice City. Some people will throw this theory off to one side because it wouldn't make sense if Jason was an undercover police officer, because during free roam, Jason could randomly kill a civilian in the street or hijack a car or do whatever the player wanted him to do. Although I agree with what people say about this, I do also think it still could be possible if Jason was an undercover cop. In Sleeping Dogs, a game released by Square Enix in 2012, you take control of Wei Shen, an undercover police officer who is tasked with infiltrating the most prolific triad in Hong Kong. Wei is successful, and once he is recognized as a reputable member of the triad, he begins to take down the gang from the inside, but also becomes attached to some members, which starts to cause complications for his undercover operation. Outside of the main story, the player can control Wei Shen to do whatever they want. Wei can kill random civilians on the street, he can hijack and explode cars, he can pretty much do whatever he wants, and the police force he is acting for lets this all slide because for some reason Wei taking down this huge gang is more important than losing a few good people. Sleeping Dogs was a huge success with many people enjoying it and demanding a sequel, which unfortunately didn't happen. So if Sleeping Dogs can be successful with this concept of having an undercover police officer infiltrate a gang while also being able to do whatever he wants in the free roam, then I believe the extremely talented writers at Rockstar Games could easily make that work in GTA 6's story. In all seriousness, I don't think Jason is going to be an undercover police officer in GTA 6. I feel like the idea for him to be a cop would be easily predictable and could stop Rockstar from doing some very exciting stuff with the story instead. The same could be said for Jason being once part of the military, since this is just a huge speculation on my side. Jason doesn't just wear a white tank top and green combat pants, and we do see him a few times in the trailer wearing different clothes. However, the default attire for every protagonist of a GTA title wears the exact same clothes they are seen wearing in the original artwork for their game, which enforces what character they are, because character design is really important in presenting who the character actually is. So Jason could have a military background, which is why he's an expert with firearms and an experienced pilot when it comes to flying air vehicles. Then it also adds to why he could be involved with criminal activities, because after leaving the military, he finds it hard to get a decent job, so decides to use his special skills for ill-gotten gains. But overall, this is just my speculation, and at this moment in time, all we can do as a community is talk about GTA 6 until we see more of the game and find out more. Just talking about GTA 6 helps build excitement, and I think everyone at the moment is already keen to see trailer 2. Who Jason is in GTA 6 was an idea I've had for a while now, and something I wanted to speak about for the video, and I had a lot of fun making this. So what type of character do you think Jason will be in GTA 6, other than being a criminal, of course? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. Also, if you do enjoy content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click on the bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. With that being said, I want to give a special shout out to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters: Cyberboy, Veggie Hot Dog, George Kent, Demonic Salsa, and Whaley. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.